What up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another podcast video. And this is the AEW Rampage review video from October 18th, 2024. Sorry, this is a little past due, but I managed to fix a couple of things with the inconvenient circumstance of making the video. But yeah, now I'm gonna talk about what exactly went down this past Friday, which has been almost a week ago. And let's see, what just went down. But it started off with Mark Briscoe and the Butcher, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, this match totally rocked right here, like for being the opener. And I would say perhaps it should be on the maybe I'll say tied with the second place spot silver trophy with Kyle O'Reilly's match against what's his name? What's Beef, if I'm mistaken? Yeah, Anthony Henry's cousin, or whoever his family member is. But we're gonna start off with the Ring of Honor champion, was putting on a good show with this match against the Butcher, which it seemed like there's some kind of a future, at least the mid-card championship run with this guy. Even though he's been a regular on Rampage and normally loses, but the way they have him wrestle, he looks good in defeat, in the way, I mean, that's what they do with most of their wrestlers, but it seems like that they're not trying to have him lose, but they don't have no one else. They have no one else to have him to get over, other than him putting over the talent that needs to win, which I guess that's perfectly fine in his role. But let's hope he gets some kind of some single success, since his teammate the Butcher is injured right now. But this is where we got Mark Briscoe brought taking him out in the ring, and this is where he hits the middle drop kick, got him into the upper left side corner. This is where he started hitting some chops, which Gunther must have saw this and add him in the number one into this envy list. This is where he put the Butcher right in the headlock. This is where fans are like, let's go Briscoe. And then this is where the Butcher then got out of it. This is where he started going on a forearm striking war, after he back suplexed him right off the upper right corner side, and then hit him with a running clothesline from hell, if he's his version of John Bradshaw Layfield. This is where then we got him then going for a head elbow strike right to the back of his head. This is where he went for a knife edge shot, which probably earned himself a number 2 spot, if not number 3. This is where then with him hitting some knife edge chops, with Mark Briscoe trying to fight back, hit some chops of his own. This is where we got what's his name, tossed him right on the outside, if he was just a trash bag, going right into a trash chute. This is where he hits Mark Briscoe right face first, right into the stem of the steel steps. Not a pretty place to go. Poor Briscoe for taking such a hit. This is where then we got what's his name. But this is where we got the Butcher then try to go for a headlock. This is where we got that's where Mark Briscoe then elbow strike. This is where he tucks out a couple of clotheslines. This is where he tried to go for a shoulder tackle, try to do some comeback moves onto the Butcher. And then this is where then we got this is where then he hits an enziguri kick as well. But let's see else what happened. It was this is where they start going doing another wrestling tennis battle until we got Mark Briscoe and send him right to the right corner side. This is where he try to go for a splash, with his little what's that redneck kung fu that he calls it. This is where he gets booed right to the face after he tried to go for a splash. This is where But it's where when what's his name, the Butcher then try to go for a mid rope dive, but this is where Mark Briscoe caught him in midair. This is where he hits him with the Dream Valley Driver. Well, he has his own version of it, along with the froggy elbow. But this is where we got the Butcher didn't move right out of the way. This is where then he hits a half Nelson backbreaker maneuver, but that ended up getting only like a 2.999 count. But the Butcher was completely shocked, like why he kicked out of that. Oh no, like he did that, but he also did a jackhammer as well. Like if he's his own version of Goldberg, of course. I guess he's the Goldberg of AEW. That's why Anthony kind of put out this checkbook, the signed bill himself. This is where we got the Butcher then placed Mark Briscoe right into the bottom right corner side. This is where then he tried to go for a suplex. This is where Mark Briscoe then was trying to fight back, hit some elbow strikes right into the midsection. This is where the Butcher was not fazed by this whatsoever. This is where we got Mark Briscoe started hitting punches, slaps, and then chops. Just started karate chopping. Like this is where we got what's his name, Matt Menard, start cracking up in commentary when he's like, "Look, he's doing some karate chops," which it worked in his favor. This is where he tried to go for the froggy elbow drop, which it did work this time, and it was a guarantee to get him the 1, 2, 3, and it rhymes right there, and it's an obvious rhyme and a common one in wrestling, but it's the truth, and that's why it rhymes, of course, like because those are like the easiest rhyming words that you could come up with, especially in the wrestling business when it comes to commentary. But yeah, I give this match I'll say the silver trophy of the night, along with the Kyle O'Reilly match, which that came up next, is where he did a fist bump to his conglomeration tag partner. When he took on a certain $1 million Bay girl that's now possibly dating the tight end of the 49ers. His ex-boyfriend faced my boy O'Reilly. This is where then the conglomeration member just completely just demolished the poor guy. And they even mentioned that he's he owns a business in the States, like in San Francisco. And hopefully it's doing really good, like for like in his business, wherever he's running. Like I totally forgot what it was in particular. But yeah, this is where we got them going back and forth, going for wrist locks and grapples. This is where we got Aaron Solo thought he got away with him with a slap. This is where we got Kyle O'Reilly trips him right over. This is where he started hitting some punches, right, left, right. This is where the former IWGP, ROH, and NXT Tag Team Champion then slapped him aside the head. This is where then we got Kyle O'Reilly. Like, that's all you got? Like, that's your offense? Like, it seemed like it's more likely a lacking of defense. This is where then he tried to go for explosion suplex. Kyle O'Reilly instantly elbow striked him, slide kicked him right to the midsection. This is where O'Reilly then grabbed what's his name? Aaron Solo. This is where then he didn't go for a wrist lock. This is where then he bends his arm. This is where he did go for like a hammerlock maneuver. This is where he did try to trip him over, try to put him right on his belly. He knees him right into that hammerlock position. Then he went to the other side and did a knee right into that side. He jumps right over him. This is where then he runs right to the bottom corner rope. He knees him right to the to the spine. This is where then he grabs onto the nostril of what's his name? Aaron Solo, like if he's a heel, but he's actually a babyface at this time. Is where we got the possible family member of the auto store, then go for the he gets countered by Solo. This is where he tripped him right over. This is where then he hits him face first, like hits him with a fisherman's suplex. This is where we got Aubrey Edwards counting when he got him in a pinfall, but he barely got him at a 1 even count. This is where he didn't go for like an abdominal stretch like maneuver, like right into a snap mirror to Kyle O'Reilly got him up. This is where then we got him. This is where he then Irish whipped him to the left side. This is where we got him trying to go for sword attack, but that ended up backfiring because what's his name? Because Aaron Solo hit the sword tackle of his own. He runs right to the top of the rope, but he ends up getting kneed right to the midsection, like if Kyle O'Reilly is Bryan Danielson in this match. This is where then what else happened? It was this is where then we got Kyle O'Reilly then 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 picks up what's his name? Aaron Solo. He then kneeing him right to the midsection. This is where then we got him then. This is where then he sweeps his legs after hitting some combat strikes onto the. And let's see. This is where Kyle O'Reilly then also what's it called? Go for a wrist lock, bend it sideways. But it's where he then counter out of it, a strike and an enziguri by Solo. This is where we got Kyle O'Reilly wrist lock. This is where he goes for a kick, a stomp, and then a discus elbow strike right onto swinging in the finches for what's his name to Aaron Solo. This is where we got Kyle O'Reilly was waiting for him to go for the guillotine choke, like a hanging guillotine. That's what it's called. Like that he did. This is where we got. That's where then he tried to do his best to escape out of it, but it wasn't. Riley did manage to make him tap out, like with the squeezing harder, and to let you guys that are unaware about Kyle O'Reilly hitting the guillotine before, like he's been doing this maneuver even before Roman Reigns even adopted as his own finishing submission move. But not only that, is where Kyle O'Reilly then and try to send a message to the Continental Champion himself, the bitch man, Kazuchika Okada. But him shout his names, Okada. And this is where me and Tony Schiavone like, yeah, call him out. Like, this is where Kyle was like, yeah, I want you, Okada. And then this is where then he's like, I want the Continental Championship as well. And I want the Kazuchika Okada that main event the Tokyo Dome. Like, not the Young Bucks, young boy. Like, I want the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Like on the O'Reilly versus Okada at the Battle of the Belt for the Continental Championship. And then it's what, and he's like, what do you say? And this is where he's called him biatch. And no, I did not say the B-bomb like I would say about Okada's nickname. But this is where we got this is where Kyle O'Reilly then celebrated until he got out of the ring because they're moving on to the next line. This is where then we got a backstage interview with Jamie Hayter, which Jamie Hayter started off by saying, like, pretty much most of the majority of these women in the locker room are just backstabbing, biscuit, iced tea, chicken hot cases. And no, like, she did not say it exactly like that, but you know what I mean. But this is where Renee Paquette took offense to that. And this is where I was like, why you're being so offended when she's not referring to you? Like, she's talking about the women's wrestlers, not the reporters. Like, she's starting to start losing their mind more than John Moxley has, given that she associates with the Cincinnati Bengals. But anyways, this is where we got that's where then we got Jamie Hayter's like, yeah, I'm just stating the facts, like, and there's nothing against you, anyways. What Jamie Hayter said, she was like, and then the reason why I came back here for two specific reasons, again. It's like, in reason number one, like climbing up on the rocks, back on top, and secondly, like winning the AEW Women's World Championship, like, and this winning back her Women's World Championship that she lost to the woman that lost her third reign with that title against her own protege that turned on her and stabbed her in the back, Mariah Mai. This is where she was like, but. She was like, and you, Penelope Ford, you've been sticking your nose where it don't belong, and that is my business. Like, and you need to stay away. Like, and she's like, and speaking of business, she was like, and speaking of business, yeah, I mean, this frustration and this provocation, like, has got me all riled up into a fight. And so this Saturday, I'm gonna challenge anybody I'm trying somebody that accepts my challenge into a squash match tomorrow night on AEW Collision, which that was on the 19th of October, which was this past Saturday, of course. But we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But let me know in the comments below who that person may be, which I already know, but I'm going to tell you guys on the next video. But yeah, and what are your thoughts on Jamie Hayter's return? Do you think she will be AEW Women's World Championship down the line? Yeah, just comment down below. But yeah, this is where we got a backstage segment. And this is where then she told a story about her. And this is where we got backstage segment with both Deonna Purrazzo and Ty Valkyrie. Yeah, and this is where she started telling the story about her and her brother, and then she said like she knew that she was her brother's keeper, like, and and he's like, and he faced some demons that anybody would never understand. But he made the mistake, but I fixed it for him. He's like, and somebody came for him, like I handled it for him. Like, and because of that, having that very young age, I learned two like very valuable lessons onto that journey. The first one, like that you take care of the people closest to you. And then second, like, well, like maybe most importantly, like if you want to hurt somebody, like yeah, you don't just go and then them right directly. Like you take out like who they love the most. Like and all again, I don't know what exactly this have to do with her and this new alliance with Ty Valkyrie or whoever that she's against, like in AEW right now. But this is some very intriguing story that about her and her family, like that we did not know of, like which everybody's probably going to be talking about in the wrestling news, which I'm surprised they haven't did so already, but which I think like which they probably waiting for her to be in an interview. The reason why she even told the story in the first place, like from a future internet podcast video, but until then, I'm just gonna say like yeah, that sounds very tough, and I can tell that this is a true story, like in a way, like so. So I'm just gonna leave it right there. But this is where we got Deanna